Hi, I'm Will from Sound on Sound at the NAMM show in Anaheim with Stu from Pioneer DJ. Now Stu, the AS1, the Toraiz AS1, tell us about it.
Yes, sir. Basically, the Toraiz AS1 is a Prophet 6, kind of in a small condensed version. It has 4 oscillators, two variable state, and then a sub and a noise. And then it has a 64-bit sequencer, a full arpeggiator in it, and also 2 insert effects on there as well.
And it's in a friendly form, isn't it? It's a very small box.
Yeah, if you can see right here, it's actually small and compact, great for desktop inside the studio, or also good for live stage or performance for other DJs or bands as well.
So the controls on the front are pretty simple, it seems. Can you get into further depth with any kind of...
You can go into every single parameter inside the menu. You just use the LED screen right here to go through each one. And it's organized really intuitively. So you go through your oscillator section to sculpt your sound. Then you go through your envelope section, then your filter section in order to manipulate your sound, and then the effects, and then also the sequencing and the arpeggiator is at the very end of the chain.
Okay, great. And what are the outputs like?
The outputs, we have a stereo analog out and then also a headphone out as well, and it does do MIDI through USB and through a standard 5-pin MIDI cable.
There's also a touch strip up the side that I can see. What's that about? What are you able to control with that?
The touch strip actually can be assigned to 7 different parameters all at the same time, from the pitch of the oscillators to the filter cutoff. So you can and then also the wet and dry of the different effects. So with that one fader movement, you can get a whole bunch of creative evolution going on to your sound.
So let's hear it then.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. All right, here we are with the new Toraiz AS1. It is a fully analog monosynth. We have 4 oscillators on here. 2 of them can morph in between a triangle, a saw, and also a pulse width. And then there's a sub oscillator and a noise oscillator. Now those are routed through analog filters. The low cutoff with a resonance, and then also a high cutoff with a resonance. The oscillators and the filters and the entire circuitry on the inside is the same out of the Prophet 6. We just scaled it down and put it into a monophonic body right here. After you go through the filters, we do have 2 insert effects on there. Again, they are also taken from the Prophet 6. You have the famous bucket delay on there, and then also the famous Dave Smith phaser effect on there as well. Moving down, you have a full arpeggiator on there, and then also you have a full 64-step sequencer. Now you're able to do maybe a 303 emulation on there with a 64-bit sequencer, but also what you can do is you can set your sequence on here, lock the sequence, and then go through different sounds. Also, while the sequence is playing back, you can hit anywhere on the keypad as well and switch in between keys of what your sequence is playing back at. Also on top of that, it does have a full scale mode with 21 available scales, so you can go in and put it in a pentatonic major, pentatonic minor, whatever sort of scale you'd like, and that will only play back the notes that are specifically inside of that scale itself. The slider here on the left can be allocated to 7 different parameters all at the same time, so with one fader movement or slider movement, you can have several different evolutions of your sound going on. The LFO is also able to be assigned of any one of the parameters on the inside. Now, for live performance, you can actually load up to 13 presets or user banks within these pads right here and switch in between any one of those 13 different sounds on the fly. And each one of those 13 sounds can have their own sequence locked specifically to that sound. We have 495 presets, and those presets are in the factory bank. It's also mirrored in the user bank, so you're able to override 495 of those presets and have your own customized effects in there as well.
So how much is it going to cost then, Stu, and when will it be shipping?
These should be available in March, and they are going for $499 US.
US?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks very much.
For sure.